So, people,为什么这么真的可以忘错我记得？我念起你很难清楚。Today I will read the yesterday script that I have asked Gemini to generate it based on was my was based on my thought about Josh Brolin's autobiography. Script, day 50 script. The voice behind the pages. Today is day 50. Last night I stumbled upon a postcard interview with Josh Rollins from about a year ago. The host mentioned certain parts of John's autobiography, specifically some rather intimate and awkward moments. I got curious, I decided to look up the exact passages they were discussing. Well, I was not disappointed, not at all. That wasn't the first time I heard about his memoir. For the past week, I've been diving into his films and interviews. I have grown to truly admire him. From his rugged look, he is incredibly cool as he gets older, to his acting style, his personality, and his current way of life. I knew that since his book From Under the Truck was released, he'd been very active in promoting it. There is a specific detail in his book tour that convinced me he wrote every single word himself. George mentioned he's surprised that some people don't actually write their own memoirs. They use ghostwriters instead. But with George, he sits through these 1 hour podcasts and answer everything naturally. He waits for the questions. He looks genuinely delighted when the host reads a quote from his book. He shared the context behind those lines with such ease. And honestly, the way he writes sounds exactly like the way he speaks. You can mimic someone's writing style, but that must fall off the moment you speak. Speech is where thoughts flow directly take shape on the tip of the tongue. That is how you know if a person truly lived the words in their book. I love memoirs. I always love them, especially when I already know who the person is and what they have achieved today. The memoir is a collection of memories, fragments of the past. When I read about their history and what they went through, even if they don't explicitly explain their lesson, something reveals itself. Even if they don't explicitly explain their lesson, something reveals itself. It's like a small flickering star, distant but definitely there. I begin to understand why they become the person they are today. Memoirs help me understand a person on a deeper level, and in doing so, they help me understand others who might be in similar situation. This is why I keep reading and this is why I keep speaking. Day 15, halfway there. But bao nhiêu thương nhớ em nhận đầy, em trở về, em trở về thăm anh. It's day 15. Last night I stumbled upon a conversation, a podcast style video featuring Josh Brolin from about a year ago. The host mentioned a specific part of John's autobiography regarding, well, some masturbation scene. I got curious. I wanted to see the detail and find out exactly what they were talking about. And well, I wasn't disappointed, not in the slightest. Yesterday wasn't actually the first time I have heard the title of his autobiography. All this week I have been diving into his films and interviews. I have become a real fan from his look, especially now that he's older. He incredibly cool. Uh, from his look to his acting and even his current lifestyle. So I knew that scene from the I knew that scene from Under the Drug was released. John has been very active in promoting it. There is some specific things about how he promotes his book that convinced me he wrote every single word himself. He mentioned being surprised that some people don't actually write their own memoirs and use ghostwriter instead. When John's going on these podcasts, usually lasting at least an hour, he answers so naturally. He waits for the question, genuinely delighted when the host reads passes his role and easily explain the context behind those lines. The way he writes sounds exactly like the way he talks. You can mimic someone writing style, but that mimicry is exposed the moment they speak. Speech is where your thoughts flow directly from your mind to your lips. That's how you know if someone truly lived the words in their book. I love memoirs. I always love them, especially when I already know who that person is and what they have achieved today. A memoir spreads out fragment of memory, things that belong to the past. When I read about the past, about what they went through, even if they don't specifically offer a lesson, there is always something like a small solution appearing. There is always something like a small solution appearing, flickering like a star. It's distant, but clearly there. In those moments, I suddenly understand why they became the person they are today. Memoirs always help me understand a person better, and they help me understand others who might be in similar situation.